Hi there! So today I want to talk to you a little bit about being sick in Germany. I've been sick twice recently and I had to do a lot of things. So I thought, why not make a video and help you if you have the same problem or had it recently, or maybe you will have it soon. And I have a little helper here because I feel a bit awkward sitting here talking to a camera. Before, I used to make these videos when I walk around the forest and then I can focus my eyes on trees or on something, and somehow I didn't feel that I was talking to a camera, but now I feel it. So I have a little kitty here to help distract me a little bit, but I hope I can still stay on point. Let's talk about my work frame because I think it's all pretty different. All 3 times I was sick 3 times in 6 months. That's not very good, right? But we are in Germany and the weather is awful, so I blame it on the weather. First time was in July, and July happened to be the first month of my employment at my current company. Why was that a problem? If you get sick in Germany within the first 30 days, then you get money for being sick. Like normally, when you're sick, you get money. Like normal, but you don't get it from your employer. Instead, you get it from Krankenkasse. So from the first day I was sick, oh my god, lots of cat hair, that was not a good idea. So from the first day I was sick, I had to get a sick note, and instead of sending it to my employer, I had to send it to Krankenkasse. I did it through an app. I have my Krankenkasse sticker. I just uploaded in the app, and then they sent me money back. Can't remember how much it was, around 200 euro. I was sick for a few days, so yeah, that's how it was. Then the second time I was sick, I think I was sick for about 1 week. And if you are sick in Germany for over 3 days, you need to get a sick note. So there are 2 ways you can get a sick note. First, you go to the doctor. And actually, I'm going to put on-screen instructions on how to find the doctor and also how to get a sick note when you... oh my god, there was like a big fluff of hair flying. And then how to get a sick note online. So first, we're going to talk about how to find the doctor. So I'm going to put in on-screen instructions here. When you go to Doctolib app, you choose your city, and then you choose the type of doctor you need. So if you have a cold, you say Hausarzt. Arzt is doctor in German. So you choose Hausarzt. Then you go to filter, and you filter for, new patient. Then you go to the filter, and you choose new patient, and you also choose Sprache, which is English, if you need it in English. If you can speak German, then just choose that they accept new patients. And if you can't speak German, you choose language to English. And then all the doctors that you see are the doctors who can accept you as a new patient and doctors who speak English. So basically you just choose one you need, you book it through the app, and then if you can't make it for some reason, you cancel it also through the same app. Also, if the doctor cancels, you will also get a notification. If you are sick in Germany and you go to the doctor, you will get nothing. Not even a sick note sometimes. And you will be told to drink tea and rest and drink more tea. My boyfriend went with ear pain and they wanted to let him off without even a sick note, even though he went there at 8, they told him to come back at 3, so he didn't go to work already. He came back at 3 and they said, oh, we can't give you a sick note. Why? He was sick. He was there in the morning. He was waiting the whole day. Then she gave him a sick note because he told her exactly this. The doctor gave my boyfriend the sick note only for that day. But because he had pain the next day as well, then he called. And exactly this is what I use. This is an app where you can call the doctor. So basically, the app is called TeleClinic. And there is a long interview, lots of questions, a long questionnaire. And you have to answer all the questions. I'm gonna put a PDF with step-by-step guide how to fill out this questionnaire. And if you don't have any big problems and you're not pregnant, I would say that you don't really need to go to the doctor, because they will not cure you. They don't give you any pills in Germany. In Poland, if you go to the doctor, you will get antibiotics 50% of the time. When I was sick, I was on so many antibiotics. I mean, I feel like it was the time where people didn't know better. Like, it was, you were sick, you would get antibiotics. Now, I guess it's a bit different. And the last few times I was sick, I didn't get any medicine. The problem with this app is if you are seriously sick, let's say you have a flu and you get sick on Monday, and then you can only get a sick note for 3 days. So if you're sick for 2 weeks, after 3 days you have to call again, and then after 3 days you have to call again. And it's not a problem. Every time you get a different doctor, you just have to describe the same problem many times, because their limit of giving the sick note is 3 days. You cannot get it for more. And sometimes you cannot get it for the past. For example, if you call today, but you're sick already since last Friday, you can't do it. Today's Monday, for example, and I cannot get it for Friday. It's like in Poland, if I'm sick today, I have to go to the doctor today, or I have to call the doctor. I would also call the doctor in Poland. And I have to get a sick note today. But in Germany, they have this 3-day period where you don't have to get a sick note. And I was very surprised, because, I mean, only the doctor can tell you if you're sick, you know, like truthfully sick, no? And I haven't heard of it from other countries. And I was very surprised. But apparently for the first 3 days of you being sick, you don't need a doctor's note. And I kind of like that, because they trust you. Also, when you're sick, the first few days you don't really want to move, right? You want to be in bed. You don't even want to go to the doctor. But are they really distrust? Like, they have so much trust in people? I don't know how I feel about that. I think there are some other rules that Germans could change, like fax. I don't know why people have fax here. Or the letters. I don't know why I've received 200 letters. I've lived here for like 2 years and I have over 200 letters in my little folder. Maybe change that, but like, why would you not request a sick note for the first 3 days? I don't see any reason. Maybe you know the reason. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. Anyway, don't ask me, but there's the 3-day delay. That means that if I'm sick, actually, I used it last week, because that was the 3rd time I got sick. So I got sick on New Year's Eve. I woke up super sick on the 1st of January. And then 2nd of Jan, I had to go to work, but I couldn't, because like literally the night before I had fever and chills. And on the 2nd and on the 3rd, which was Thursday and Friday, I just filled out the form in my HR tool at my company, and I told them I'm sick, I can't come. I chose people who will take over while I'm gone. And then I returned today on Monday, and I didn't have to upload any kind of document. Another thing is, my boyfriend got sick. At the same time I got sick. But he was sick on his holidays, because he took Thursday and Friday off. So in Germany, if you get sick on your holidays, you don't have to count it as like, you don't have to lose your holiday days. You can basically treat it as sickness. So then on the day you get sick, you have to get a doctor's note, because otherwise they don't know that you're sick on your holidays. So then you get a doctor's note and you send it to your HR saying, hi, I was sick on the day that I had holidays. Please cancel my holidays. And then you get your holidays days back, basically. When you're sick in Germany, you get 100% of your pay if you're sick for up to 6 weeks. If it's longer than 6 weeks, they're gonna cut this pay, and I think it's 70%. Like, you will get 70%, so they will cut it to 30%. And it's because it's not your employer who pays this anymore. After 6 weeks, it's your Krankenkasse. So I think that's why it's the change. I will check. I will double check if it's 70%. I will put it down in the PDF that you will have. I think it's around 70%, maybe 80%. As I said, I got No, it doesn't count because it was the first month of the sickness. So I actually haven't been paid by Krankenkasse. I'm not getting sick so often. I don't know what's up with me this year, but normally I get sick like once a year. And I've been already sick 3 times the past 6 months. So that's not very good. But yeah, it's good info that you get paid 100%, so you can take your time, you can recover. Health is the most important after all. And yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Don't go to the doctor. They will only give you tea to drink. It's also very difficult to get a sick note from a doctor if you go to a doctor. Unless I've been to the doctor, I didn't have a problem, but I was very surprised that my boyfriend with his earache did have a problem. And also one time I went to the doctor with a toothache. I think it was like 2 years ago. I had a toothache and I asked them if I could get a paper that I was here, like I was at the dentist office while I was working. And then she literally just wrote the hours that I was supposed to have the visit, not even the hours that I was waiting. So like, obviously I showed up before my time and I was also waiting, so it took me longer. But I have found out something very, 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 very interesting recently, that if you, apparently it's like the, no idea what it's called, but it's like a book. My friend has a book with all the laws for work. And apparently it says that if you have a doctor's appointment during your work time and you go there for an insignificant amount of time, it doesn't have to be minus hours. If I work from 7 until 10 and then I leave my home from 10 to 11 because I have a doctor's appointment and I'm back at 11, I would stop the time for that 1 hour and then restart it after an hour. But apparently, if it's an insignificant amount of time, so let's say you go to the doctor to give blood, it takes whatever, 5 minutes, but you have to get there and come back, but it's insignificant, you know, like you'll be back at work in an hour. I don't even know what insignificant is, but let's say you'll be back in an hour and you can't have this blood test done after work because you have to, for example, fast. You can't eat and you can't drink and you just have to show up, you know, like, and it's gonna be during your work time. Then you don't have to count it as minus hours. So basically you leave at 10, but you don't stop the clock and you just come back. You let your employer know that you're going to the doctor and then it counts as your work time, which I was very, very surprised about. There are some things that you should know. I'll make some videos about working in Germany, about losing your job, about finding your job, about quitting your job, about mini job, because I've done it all, you know, so I have a lot of expertise, but only based on my own experience. So I hope this helps you somehow. I'm gonna put the PDF file down below. You can download it at any time. I will also write it in the description box. But you can download it to have it, like, just to have it. Yeah, and I hope this helps, and let me know if you want more videos with Mr. Kitty Catty Benny. And yeah, have a lovely evening. You can't actually say if it's evening or morning because it's like dark most of the day in Germany, but yeah, it's evening, and yeah, I'll finish here. Tschüssi!